Hello everybody and welcome to this channel, Freya's Crone. My name is Melody. For those of you who are new to this channel, welcome and welcome in to my returning subscribers from my other channel. I'm grateful for each and every one of you guys and all the love and support that you've been giving me on this YouTube journey. So when you come into this live stream, give me a fonzie, leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know how you resonate with this general message. And if you are not yet subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and hit that little notification bell so that you know when I post videos. All right. So as a thumbnail in the description of this video it is a timeless love story for the Aries collective. I just seen 111, so you could be seeing that as well, Aries. So let's see what's happening for love for you, Aries. This first card represents you, the Aries collective that I am reading for the Aries collective. All right, so you have the Five of Cups here, which talks about, I don't know, I can't get the glare off. All right, so it talks about changing your focus. It also talks about, letting go of past griefs, letting go of any emotions that no longer serve you. Okay, you can see that this individual is looking towards the future, right? I'm sorry, I don't use my computer often, so I'm a little distracted with the camera here. All right, so you're being asked to change your focus from the grief from your past experiences to because it's a number 5, what you can change in your future, like the choices that you can make to change your future. Fives are all about changes. They're all about, things that may be hard to make changes in your life. And this is the Five of Cups, so it's talking about an emotional level here. You can see that it's talking about your feminine side, because in tarot there is no male or female gender. It's all about the energies. So you're being asked to trust your intuition, right? Let go of the woe is me. Let go of the drama. Let go of the grief. Let go of anything that no longer serves you, to make changes when it comes to love. It's like changing how you feel about love, changing your focus when it comes to love, right? I'm also asking you, Aries, not to give up on love, right? It's like turning your back to the past experiences, but learning the lesson of, what do I want moving towards the future now when it comes to love? What have I learned from my past relationships that taught me what I do and do not want when it comes to love? All right. So this is all, Aries, all about your emotions and what you need to change with the 5 energy. Fives they're the hard changes. They're the changes that come with lessons. They're the changes that sometimes Tower brings to you. Sometimes the Tower makes you look at a situation from a different perspective once the dust settles. All right. So you could have had a lot of emotional towers when it comes to relationships. All right, to me, this female on this card looks like she is of a different, like, religion, or a different, like, you two may not have been on the same page when it comes to spirituality and religion, the faith. That is kind of like what I'm feeling. Maybe you two come from different faiths. You have 2 different backgrounds of the faith, of what you feel, or when it comes to, like, for instance, maybe one of you, she could be Muslim and he could be Christian, or she could be Christian and he could be Catholic. It's like, I'm getting, that's the energy I'm getting. Like, you come from 2 different faith backgrounds, and I feel like that's what you need to change, because it doesn't matter who believes in what. What matters is what's in the heart space, right? That's what matters. So the 5 talks about grief. It talks about letting it go. It talks about changing your focus. Focus on what you want. Don't focus on what you don't want. Make peace with what has changed moving forward, or what needs to change moving forward. All right, yeah, because it's like this, the crown chakra. The crown chakra talks about, well, I know, right? I know what I want. And I feel like Aries, that's very important for you. That's why they're telling you to change your focus. Focus on what you want when it comes to love. Don't focus on what you don't want. Don't focus on the past. Don't focus on the things that have hurt you, right? Focus more on what you know you want to manifest, because somebody has a powerful emotional body here, right? So yeah, I feel like you need to make some sort of a decision when it comes to forward movement, because I feel like right now you're stuck in this path, right? So you can see how the path goes up, right? It goes up to the crown chakra. So going from the heart to the crown is going to be very significant. The 2 of Wands often talks about decisions. A decision needs to be made. It also talks about 2 people being on the same page, but there's only one person on this card. So that goes back to both of you not being on the same page when it comes to perhaps your faith, because it does, the crown chakra does represent um, uh, Christ consciousness. All right. So that is the energy that I am feeling for you. So let's go ahead and move into what happened in the past for you, Aries. This talks about the past and how it's influencing today. Yeah, there was a lot of obstacles, I feel, in your past when it comes to relationships. I feel like there was a lot of obstacles when it comes to communication. I feel like these obstacles has made you stronger than what you think you it has made you stronger than what you think you are, or what you felt like, I'm not strong enough to be in this relationship, or I don't feel strong enough to manifest love, right? So the 8 of Wands, which is down here from a middle finger, talks about communication. So I do feel there was a lot of hurtful communication in the past. That's where the drama comes in. The 5 of Cups comes in. I feel like you two could not be on the same page. It was like somebody was saying, well, I know better than you, right? I know better than you. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of feeling here. I also see an 11, and I see 111 when I first come on to this live stream. Yeah, we're talking about a male individual, right? A male individual. When it comes to loyalty, when it comes to somebody who you could trust, right? We have the ring coming through here, Aries. So this person may, yeah, they were definitely sneaking around. Their loyalty was tested. I feel like this person could have lied a lot, right? Create a lot of obstacles in the relationship. Maybe wasn't so completely honest here. All right, so let's clarify this. Past energies for Aries, the past energies for Aries. Yeah, the relationship was definitely out of balance. There was not equality in this relationship. It's like somebody took more from the other person than they were able to give back, which makes perfect sense here, with the 5, especially the 5 of Cups, because it talks about the grief. It talks about the drama. It talks about somebody who liked to play on your emotions, somebody who didn't really understand the balance of relationships. It's like, again, somebody could have been a know-it-all, right? They could have been somebody who, like I said, was somebody who'd like to take advantage of somebody's generosity, right? Somebody who could have been very manipulative, very controlling. There's a sense of disloyalty here when it comes to this relationship, because we have the fox. The fox talks about somebody who's sly, somebody who's cunning, somebody who's deceptive. Somebody thinks that, this person always has a plan, right? It's like somebody is this energy of do as I say, not as I do kind of situation here. That's why you're being asked in the present moment to shift your focus on, you know what, this relationship has made me very strong. I've learned a lot of lessons through the obstacles that I've had to endure in my past relationships, where I've had relationships take advantage of me on all levels, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, because the crown chakra does talk about our mental body, right? So I'm seeing 1220, 1221, you could be seeing that as well. All right. So the present, let's talk about the present for Aries, the present situation when it comes to love for Aries. I also feel Aries, you're trusting the process for some of you. What's the present? Yeah, something about the house. A number 4 energy. So you see a king of hearts coming through here. Um, June June 7th could have been significant. June 21st could be significant. So in the present moment, I feel like you may need to check your 6th house or your 3rd house, for one. For two, this talks about you feeling at home in your heart space with the King of Cups. Somebody who feels at home within their heart space. Somebody who feels at home being alone, right? Because the 5 of Cups often talks about being single. This is somebody who feels at home being alone, right? They would rather be alone to be with somebody who takes advantage of them, somebody who is a taker and doesn't know how to reciprocate love here. So this is awesome because it's like home is where the heart is, right? So that's what you're shifting. You're shifting into your heart space and saying, you know what? I'm not going to give my heart to just anybody anymore because I'm tired of people taking advantage of you. I'm tired of all the obstacles in relationships. I'm tired of these past people who have deceived me, who have been less than honest with me. I am tired of these relationships where I give my heart and my soul, and all they do is take advantage of me, right? Always disloyal, always sneaking around, always being a bit cunning, right? So I feel like that's good energy for you, Aries. So let's clarify the present situation when it comes to love for Aries. I also feel like you know that the right one will come along. Yeah, 3 of Cups. So Aries, I feel like in the present moment, I feel like you're just celebrating, sitting at home by yourself. You also could be dating, be willing to date again at some point in time. Um, in the present moment, I just feel like you are comfortable being at home. You don't, it's like you would rather be at home than be around fake people. Um, I see a 333, which could be very significant to you. 369 also could be significant. Um, so in the present moment, I feel like I just feel like you're not out celebrating, right? Because this does talk about third party situations for some of you. This also talks about somebody who goes out and mingles. Um, but we got the house. So I feel like you're like, well, you know what? I would rather sit at home by myself than go out with people who are fake, go out with people who don't appreciate me, go out with people who don't value me. I'm seeing also 777. So 777 talks about the lessons that we learn for our soul's growth. So I feel like that's where you're sitting at right now. I feel like you are comfortable in your heart space. You're comfortable with maybe a small circle of friends. Um, but I do feel you've definitely checked into your heart and you're like, you know what? I want to have stability. I want to, have a house underneath my feet. I want to, I don't want to be moving from place to place because I got this disloyal individual. So this is beautiful because it's like you're at home, you're not out socializing, you're not really out looking, and you're changing your focus and you're trusting the process that what is meant to come your way will come your way. I also feel like, yeah, see the Seven of Swords in reverse with the Five of Swords. So we definitely have some air energy coming through here. I feel like, with the Seven of Swords in reverse, these backstabbers, these betrayers who were going around gossiping, out partying, out being social, I feel like they're going to be exposed for what they did, or this person is about to be exposed for what they did, for causing you the heartache, causing you the despair. Um, I don't know why, but I feel called to pull some messages with this crown chakra, because I feel for some of you, you maybe get telepathic messages. Yeah, somebody feels, if I come towards you, would you reject me? You inspire me. If I knew then what I know now, I would have made different choices. Yeah. So somebody is like, if I know then what I know now, I would have made different choices. I wouldn't have left you at home while I was out celebrating with other people, while I was out celebrating in third party situations. I feel like that you inspire them to change their. That's why this is being exposed. So yeah, that's what I feel for you. We're gonna go ahead and throw these back in here. So let's see what's going on in their headspace. What's going on in their headspace? I feel rejected by my family. Yeah, I feel rejected by my friends and family, and that was the card to come out. Um, you feel rejected, right? In the present moment, you feel rejected. You feel home alone. You feel like you have nobody around you to support you. This is the drama. And then we have my neck and jaw are very susceptible to stress. Thyroid problems run in my family. So you're definitely changing your focus to heal any sadness here. I feel like you're feeling the stress definitely in the body, in your neck, in your jaw. Um, yeah, the villain's about to be exposed. That I can tell you. The true villain is about to be exposed for who did this. And it's like you already know this, right? You already know it's coming. 777 is very, very significant. And look at this, a 5 and a 7, right? So May 7th could be significant, July 5th could be significant, or December 12th could be significant. 777 is absolutely significant. See how this couple, like she's got the swords in his back and he's taken off with the other three. So you were like the victim of somebody's manipulative games here. Now somebody's looking back and be like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have did that. This is somebody who doesn't want to let go. Somebody who doesn't want to put something to rest. So what's going on in this heart space for the person, Aries love story? What's going on in the heart space? This person wanted you to be sad. This person wanted you to feel rejected. They wanted to isolate you. They wanted you to feel all alone. What's going on in the heart space for Aries love story? What's going on in the heart space in the present moment? Yeah, I feel like you're realizing your self-worth. Somebody is in their pride and ego, right? Somebody did it out of pride and ego. Somebody, wanted you, like I said, they wanted you to feel rejected. And this is somebody you rejected, absolutely, but you have free will when it comes to a union. Yeah. And I feel like that's what you're changing your focus to. Look, maybe I just wasn't worthy, right? Maybe I am worth more than being taken advantage of. I am worth more than a one-sided relationship when all they do is create obstacles. All they do is verbally manipulate the situation, right? It's that thyroid energy because the thyroid lies on the throat. Yeah, communication. So there could literally be some communication coming your way. All right. So, what are the hidden influences for Aries when it comes to love? What are the hidden influences for Aries when it comes to love? Yeah, you have a lady and it landed on the crown chakra. So, the hidden influences there is definitely a feminine, doesn't matter if it's a male, a man, or a woman, but there was somebody who was very feminine here, who was, we have 111, 29, and the Ace of Swords here. So this lady was a hidden influence in this relationship, Aries. Like the master manipulator here. Yeah. See, they tried to cut that rose off, right? See the sickle cutting the rose out of the woods, right? Definitely try to cut something off. Definitely try to um, cut off love relationships in all aspects here. Yeah, that's what I see. So let's get one clarification for the hidden influence, which is a lady who, with the Ace of Swords, could have been telling lies because it landed on the crown chakra. They could have been telling lies, right? They wanted you to focus on the woe is me. They wanted you to focus on feeling alienated, feeling rejected. They wanted you to focus on the negative side of relationships. So the lady for Aries, the lady for Aries, Aries love story. What's this lady who is a hidden influence? Yeah, King of Wands, somebody who was a master manipulator. So this King of Wands is somebody who is very arrogant, very cocky. Somebody who's very much in their pride and ego. Could be it could be another Aries, a Leo, or Sagittarius. It could literally be a couple, two who work together. But this hidden influence is this person was very arrogant, very cocky, very self-centered. Somebody who was very unbalanced. Who could have been very triggering. Like I said, could have been a couple, right? Who put a blockage between two people. The King of Swords. So, yeah, this definitely was a master manipulator. The King of Swords talks about somebody, oh, I have authority over this relationship. This is somebody who felt obligated to do this, right? They come into your life just to study you. The Knight of Swords talks about, I'm always right, right? That's that obstacle they create. I'm always right. This is definitely an unbalanced relationship. So, what they tried to do was make you feel rejected from what was destined from you. So, the Wheel of Fortune talks about fate, destiny, movement, success. Yeah, Star card. And look, we got the Tower coming through in reverse, right? With the Queen of Pentacles. This is somebody who's very greedy, but somebody who's very self-centered, somebody who is resisting the change, somebody who doesn't want to change their views, somebody who doesn't want to change, period, right? This is somebody who, you know, the Aquarius energy. So air and fire. What happens when you get air and fire together? Poof, an explosion. So the hidden influences is there definitely was somebody who was a master manipulator in this situation who was trying to block somebody's destiny. The Knight of Swords is somebody who comes flying in out of nowhere and is saying, you know what, I'm right. This is the way it should be. Da, da, da. Somebody you know, um, who has these problems, maybe has family issues. This is somebody who tried to make somebody, again, feel isolated or rejected. So obstacles for Aries, the obstacle. So this person was somebody who was thrown a rock hot in the hand. Somebody who is refusing to change their focus. Somebody who's refusing to take accountability here. This could be somebody who acts very immature as well, Aries. So let's see, what lesson are you meant to learn? What lesson are you meant to learn? What was this? What is the lesson involved in this situation? What was the lesson involved in this situation? Success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. So the lesson is to understand how to have successful relationships with people. Because we have the Two of Cups in reverse. This talks about two people who are not on the same page. This also talks about, the lack of love being reciprocated in a relationship. So that is what you're learning. Yeah, loneliness. Surrender the need to control. I know that I am never alone. So you're learning that you can't control people. You can't control how people think. You can't control how people feel. You can't control what people say about you, right? You can't do that. The only thing you can do is let it go and move forward. So you may have somebody wanting to come in your way and try to prove a point, or try maybe to even be a bit defensive, right? Somebody is very controlling, somebody who, like I said, was throwing the rock hot in the hand here. So let's see what this person was saying about you. What was this person saying? What was this person manipulative? What were they saying about Aries? Lean on your inner circle at this time. So this definitely talks about support, right? Rejected, right? They didn't want you to feel supported. They didn't want you to have support from the people around you, the circle of people around you. They didn't want you to have support from the community. They didn't want you to have support from your friends. They didn't want you to have support from your family. They didn't want you to have support when it comes to love, right? I just want you to be happy. So, yeah. So I feel like what you are changing is, you first of all, you're learning to trust, right? You're learning to trust that what is meant for you will definitely find its way. You're learning to trust that, sometimes destiny and fate is out of your hands. Um, I feel like you definitely have somebody who is either holding a piece of your heart, or you still hold a piece of their heart. This person may be saying, listen, I just want you to be happy, right? So obstacles for Aries. What is obstacles? What's the obstacle when it comes to this love story for Aries? Yeah, timing. So somebody could be receiving a tower moment, but the obstacle is divine timing. Especially with the Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Swords. Yeah. The obstacle is, it's time to move on. It's time to change our focus. It's time to not allow people, places, and situations to manipulate a situation, right? It's time to heal the sadness. It's time to shift your view of relationships on all levels, right? So with the Six of Swords, it talks about it's time to move on from the obstacle. It is also the obstacle when it comes to divine timing, right? Okay, yeah. So yeah, definitely the key to the heart. Somebody is getting whooped by somebody's spirit team here when it comes to their heart space. All right, so the obstacle, the clock tower. So that could definitely be talking about a tower moment. Yeah, the Five of Cups coming through again. So it's definitely time to move on from this sadness. You know, this card talks about the 3 cups that are knocked over behind this person, right? But see, there's 2 more cups that this person does not really see. So you may not see something coming. I also feel too, there is something boiling up to the surface when it comes to love. So instead of focusing on the 3 cups that has got tossed over, instead of focusing on, you know, the 3 cups where people did not reciprocate love, the people who did not value, the people who took advantage of you, and the obstacles that was created in relationships, they want you to shift your focus to, you know what? Listen, when the time is right, I know the divine got me. They're supporting me. And when the time is right, I will have a successful relationship. I will know that because there's no greater goal than to love. So I feel like for some of you, you are definitely working on your self-worth, your self-esteem, because I feel like this person did a doozy on you. I feel like that's what they did. They learned your wounds and then they turn around and threw the rocks and hid their hand and played on your wounds. They could have went around behind your back to your support team or the circle or your circle of friends or circle of family and talked a lot of crap, right? Out of pride and ego. They could have even went to, went as far as to try to manipulate somebody's free will to keep them blocked from coming into union with you. This could have been somebody who, maybe in the past you didn't have a healthy self-esteem, you didn't have a healthy self-respect. But once you put your foot down and said, you know what, I'm worth more than just being taken advantage of, I'm worth more than just handing everything over to people to make them happy. I am worth more than that, right? So I feel like the obstacle was is that you experienced a tower moment with this situation. You experienced a major tower moment in relationships. And now you're ready to move on from the woe is me. You're ready to move on from feeling rejected, feeling isolated, feeling alienated, feeling, oh, I'll never find love, and that kind of a situation here. That's what I see here. That's okay. So outside influences, yep. Something about movement. The 10 of Swords here. So somebody definitely was backstabbed, betrayed. There was a lot of pain and suffering um, from an outside influence. And remember, this is talking about this female, this male, and this female and this male who caused was a hidden influence outside of you who created a lot of triangulation, right? Pitting people against you. Um, so the outside influence is yes, this person heavily betrayed you. Yes, this person caused a lot of pain and suffering, right? Um, so it is time to move on. See, the ship talks about relationships. Yes, you've experienced a lot of pain and suffering. You've experienced a lot of betrayal. And that's why you're being asked to shift your focus. Okay, what was I meant to learn from that, right? Somebody hit rock bottom. All right, so outside influences. Yeah, 5 of Pentacles. Somebody definitely feels alienated, feels isolated, feels rejected, feels betrayed, feels backstabbed, has went through a lot of pain and suffering. I feel like you are healing a lot of inner child wounds, right? And that's what this person was playing on. They come in and studied you. They learned everything that they could about you and your childhood wounds so they could turn around and use them against you. And I feel like this person was very manipulative. Like this person was like I said, a master manipulator. When it comes to relationships. So the best course of action to take, look, lady. So we have the lady coming through twice. So the best course of action to take is to be honest, speak your truth. You see how she's got that rose? Remember the rose being cut off here. I don't know where it's at. Right here. See the rose being cut off? So, and then look at the rose. See how she's got that rose in her hand, but it's facing down? So I feel like the best course of action to take is to stand in your power, stand in your feminine power, speak your truth, right? Stay present, stop and smell the roses, because I feel like you definitely are attracting somebody to you, because the lady in this card, look how attractive she is. She's in that red dress. She's very secure within in herself. She's very honest, very open. She's very much in the present. So the best course of action is to stay in the present moment, right? So the lady, when it comes to best course of action, yeah, 6 of Wands. Put the battle behind you, right? Turn your back to the battle. Turn your back to the drama, is what Spirit is telling you. The best course of action is to turn your back to the drama, right? Right there it is. Lots of 11. So 1111 could be significant for you, Aries. Turn your back to the drama, because you're definitely going through that dark night of the soul here with the Virgo energy, right? Definitely going through that dark night of the soul where you are realizing that maybe somebody created a lot of drama because they thought it was unfair that you were spiritually supported with the crown chakra. You're very spiritually supported. You're very protected. Your destiny is protected. Your destiny talks about you are destined to open up that crown chakra. You were destined. So the best course of action is to put the drama behind you. That's it. Another 7 coming through. So let's see, what are some signs that you could be seeing here, Aries? What are some signs that you could be seeing? What are some signs that you could be seeing? Can I have, okay, yeah, there's ship. Okay. Yeah, feathers. You definitely could be seeing some signs that you're divinely protected. That, also too, the scales of balance are being, the scales are being rebalanced. Justice is on your side. This person, this lady, this female is actually getting her karma. Have faith, right? Have faith that everything is going to turn out as it should, and door transformation or transition. So you're definitely protected here. Somebody, this female who was the hidden master manipulator, is getting karma. There's definitely, remember I said from the jump that I feel like 2 people were not on the same page. I feel like you came from different, like I said, maybe one person was Catholic, the other person was Christian. It was all about your faith, your belief system with the crown chakra here. And that's what happened here, right? So you're definitely being asked to close the door to the drama. Don't open it back up. Move beyond it. Don't open yourself up to like 2 people wanting to battle. Don't open yourself up to this power struggle, because right? In the right time that the light will be shown on these master manipulators, and that you will get justice, right? You will get justice, and these person are going to get karma because they decided to take revenge by backstabbing, triangulating, right? They did it because they wanted your destiny. On the bottom of the deck. Yeah. So luck is on your side this summer. So June 21st could be significant. You definitely need to trust your intuition because there is absolutely a soul contract coming through here. It's just, you just don't know when the time is going to happen. It's all about divine timing here. All right. So the outcome, the outcome. Yeah. So the fog is lifting. The fog is definitely lifting. With the King of Wands here, which he come out as a hidden influence. So the cloud is lifting from this King of Wands energy. And I feel like they're definitely recognizing that maybe you have some sort of a contract, right? The cloud is lifting over who the master manipulator is what I feel, right? So the outcome with the clouds for Aries, the clouds are reversed for the outcome. Yeah, look, Aries, the cloud is lifting for you, Aries, when it comes to this battle within thyself and also the battle with this other person. So definitely you are stepping into your power. You are stepping in your power. You're clearing out that mental fog, right? You're changing your focus. You're realizing that everything you went through was part of your soul's growth. You're also realizing that you was not rejected by your spirit team, that you really wasn't rejected. You're realizing that rejection was for your own protection. This is Aries, which rules the first house, which talks about identity. It talks about first impressions. It talks about people's attitudes. It talks about new beginnings. So I feel like there's definitely a new beginning here for you, Aries. The clouds are lifting. And you are stepping into your power of taking back the reins of your life. And you are seeing who you are and why you are here. So beautiful energy. Yeah, because you're in that dark night of the soul. You're seeing the light of a situation here. And it's like you definitely know that somebody is going to get justice for trying to steal your crown. You know, it's like definitely rebalancing here. So 911 could be significant. We have 2 lives and 11 in the center. 911 is very significant here. 1111 is significant. Somebody also could be deciding to break some sort of a soul contract here and to stay single, right? Decided they don't want to be in a relationship with another person. They'd rather stay single. So somebody could be coming in and communicating, right? That they are either separating from a marriage or getting divorced. Alrighty, so that is what I have for you, Aries. Let's see what the crows are warning you about, and then we'll end this stream. What are the crows warning you about? Look, a feminine. So it's definitely about balancing your masculine and feminine energy. It's about taking your power back, right? It is definitely talking about, there's no more cloudiness or indecision between these two people. 100%. It's about getting into your feminine side, realizing the value of who you are, right? Definitely taking your power back. Yeah, and exploring new opportunities. So What are the crows warning you about? A female. You have two females on here, right? You have two females. So they're warning you about these two females who could have been a master manipulator. Two females could have worked together. Yeah, no more, right? Somebody could be choosing just to stay single, like I said, choosing to stay single. You definitely had a female who thought it wasn't fair. What else? Yeah, nuclear quartz amplifier universal. So use a piece of clear quartz because I feel like you could be receiving some telepathic messages. And the crows are warning you this. Everything that you have went through has been part of your growth process. So pull out of the weeds of the emotional ego, right? Pull out them weeds. No longer water the negative thoughts because it's like you know when the time is right. Yeah, stay close to people who make you feel like sunshine. That's the wisdom you need to know. Practice peace and mindfulness. Be very aware because, ready or not, there could be somebody coming in wanting to sting you when it comes to love and grace. You already know this. So stay calm. All right. So that is what I have for you, Aries. Thank you for watching. And I hope you enjoyed this reading. And I'll talk to you later.